So hello again guys, and now we're gonna work on some problems to understand more about relative speed. So let's read together. Problem number 3. Two cars move in the same direction. We have car number 1, which is VA, that moves in 30 km per hour, and we have VB, which is car number 2, that moves in 80 km per hour. And then we have car number 3, which is VC, that moves 40 km per hour in the opposite direction, okay? So we need to calculate the speed of VB, which is car number 2, relative to an observer, okay? And we have 3 conditions. Number 1, the observer will stand on the ground. Number 2, the observer is in car A, and then the observer will be in car C. Okay, so let's think about what we said in the previous video. We said that if the observer will stand on the ground, which means that he will be at a rest position, in this case, the speed of the car equals the relative speed. So in this case, guys, if we look at this solution, the relative speed of car VB relative to an observer on the ground will be 80 km. Why? Because we said that VB, okay, the second car has the actual speed of 80 km per hour. So according to the observer, it will be still 80 km per hour. Then if we have the observer in car A, let's look here. Two cars move in the same direction. So car A, which is VA, okay, will move, okay, in the same direction of VB, which is car number 2, okay? So in this case, we will remember what we said. We said what? We said if we have two cars, or if the observer is moving in the same direction, okay, of the car that we want to measure its relative speed, in this case, how can we calculate it? We will say V1 minus V2. So in this case, guys, the relative speed of car VB relative to an observer in car A will be 80 minus 30 equals 50 km. Why? Because VB, it's 80 km minus, okay, VA, which is 30 km, so 80 minus 30 equals 50 km. And then we want to calculate VB, okay, the speed of VB according to the observer if he was in car C. And then we have VC, which is car C, okay, that moves in the opposite direction with a speed of 40 km per hour. So let's remember, guys, that if the object moving in the opposite direction, in this case, we will follow this, which is relative speed equals V1 plus V2. So in this case, guys, what are we gonna do? We're gonna say the relative speed of the car VB relative to an observer in car C will be 80 plus 40, which is equal to 120 km. Why? Because they are in the opposite direction.